This is an amazing compilation of isekai anime that is rarely discussed on the internet, where main characters are sent to another world to enjoy their second life to the fullest, an incredible escape from their previous dark lives. Sometimes they choose to get married, build a household, and have overpowered children. There are even those who have children, but are not born biologically. Of course, this is the only possibility that can happen in the wonderful fantasy world whole of magic. Keeping watching this video and stay awesome. Let's go! An unlucky story of Japanese youth Takumi Kayoni was accidentally killed by the careless god's mistake who was repairing the rift of time and space. As a form of apology, God gave Takumi a new body and blessed various skills from the wind god's retainer to survive. Takumi is sent to a fantasy world called Iteldia and begins an adventure story by fighting wild monsters in the Gaia forest, which is known as part of the dangerous territory. Surprisingly, Takumi found two abandoned twins, but they had martial arts skills beyond his physical strength, and much to Takumi's own amazement. Emitting their face of sadness and worrisome faces, Takumi couldn't stand to see them alone and living without direction. He decided to take care of the children and bring them to the city as members of his adventure group. He named the twins Alan and Elena and tried to raise them while acting as a good big brother and responsible adoptive parent. He has been assigned to take care of the rare water god twins. The three would adventure together like a family of siblings and would bring many changes to this world. An Esper from a futuristic world is reborn as a low-level goblin with a wild instinct for survival and absorption abilities from the past. Fortunately, he still has the ability to evolve by consuming the monsters he defeats. Gobru has a unique transformation from a weak goblin body to an apostle lord. It's no surprise that his charm attracts many beautiful wives from different races and produces children who carry the goblin's nature, which has a rapid growth cycle. Despite having many wives, Gobru can coordinate them fairly and give them what they want, although sometimes they get jealous for comedic purposes of the series. He's also very kind to his children, giving them gifts for every achievement. They're trained to fight and build a sense of community. His life as a monster is a real challenge, and Gobru uses her second life, along with his counterparts in that world, to build the circumstances he wants. A result of a horrific accident that required her to be put on life support, Kina Kagami has been spending her last remaining moments in the hospital bed for freedom playing an online fantasy game called Leedale, which has become a very popular VR MMORPG in recent years. After her death, she suddenly woke up and was transported into the Leedale game in the body of a high elf with a new identity called Kina. Something mysterious happened. She also learned that he was now 200 years after she last logged into the game. Due to her teenage appearance and mentality, Kina is confused by the game's absurd adoption system, where the children in the game are now confirmed. Find her own facts where she is also a grandmother and tries to come to learn hundreds of years with a foggy memory. Blessed with master skills and magic honed over hundreds of years, Kina must band together and cooperate with other players trapped in the game to stem the tide that will threaten the world of Leedale. When Mamako and her son Masato are transported into the world of fantasy MMORPG, Masato assumes that he'll be the one with all the extraordinary flashy powers and is enthusiastic about the move to the video game world. But as it turns out, Mamako is much stronger by the fact that she possesses much higher stats than her son. She has two overpowered holy swords that received from the king at the beginning and has the power to control earth and water elements. Dealing double-hit multi-target attacks, Mamako loves Masato dearly and is incredibly doting and becomes the main heroine to protect his son from the monster in another world. As they take quests inside the game, they later discover that it was initially designed to help strengthen the bonds and an effort to rekindle the relationship between parents and their children. After the death of a Japanese woman who died from practicing an unbalanced work ethic as a corporate wage slave, she was reincarnated as an immortal witch and began living a peaceful life while killing slimes and making potions for income. Surprisingly, and without her realizing it, her status has changed since she became a low-ranked hero because Azusa was now level 99 and has a unique skill that doubles any points she earned. The incident caused surprising supernatural impacts, where Azusa learned that killing slime for 300 years had caused their spirits to merge into two culmination of various slime named Falfa and Shalsha. Falfa has a cheerful nature, and Shalsa carries a haughty nature that embodies the slime that Azusa has been killing all along. Although their characters have distinct personalities, they love Azusa as their mother because she gave them mana so they could be born, and Azusa was welcomed them into her household. Spending his life lying on a hospital bed for years, the gods took compassion and decided to reincarnate Hiraku in another world where he could live as he pleased with his blessed, healthy body. Unlike the other main characters, Hiraku had no desire to become a hero. He prefers to be an ordinary farmer and build a civilization in a forbidden forest. The gods blessed him with the mighty farming equipment, which can be a tool for multifunctional farming and a fighting tool to survive the attacks of wild monsters that invade his territory. Hiraku has a pleasant personality that easily attracts the attention of various people, most of whom are women. Even though they sometimes disagree with each other, they're still great companions and work together as a team to complete the task. In the first season's final episode, Hiraku has a first wife named Rurushi-Ru, better known as the Vampire Princess. They were blessed with a first child named Alfred. A little spoiler in the next season, Hiraku will end up in a harem situation with at least 7 wives and many more children. In the second season of this anime, a playful character who is a transformation of a magical apple that turns into a little girl named Alas Ramus makes an appearance. She has the instinct to appoint Mao Sado and Emi Yusha as her parents, and leaving everyone completely surprised. All this happened because of the accident in 300 years ago, where Alas Ramus was part of Yeshot, one of the Sephiroth elements given by Emilia's mother. She wanted to save the young Satan from the brink of death after the evil demon destroyed his tribe. After hundreds of years, Satan rose again by recruiting other demons into his army and uniting the demon race into one kingdom. In a surprising turn of events, Satan planted a crescent-shaped crystal given by Emilia's mother in the garden of his castle, and it accidentally grew into a tree. Mao and Emilia's relationship was a bit rocky at first because of the sworn enemy between the hero and the demon king from the past. But with the help of Alas Ramus, they learned to work together like parents who get along, caring for and protecting their child from the supernatural dangers that threaten her existence. This anime tells the story of Makoto, who was sent to another world because of his parents' agreement with a goddess to become a hero candidate. But his journey was not easy. He was abandoned at the end of the world because he was considered useless and had an ugly face. But with Makoto's persistence, and accompanied by his harem mates who are willing to help him, Makoto aims to build a new civilization where all creatures in that world can coexist peacefully. Throughout this anime series, Makoto has a child from Tomoe named Komoe. She was born not because of biological blood relations, but because of the combined power of Makoto's Draupnir ring and Tomoe's mana filling. Komoe is a recurring character in the second fragment, created by Tomoe after the death of the first fragment. Komoe's role here is to help monitor and gather information about Asura alternate space and oversee combat-oriented combat training for more gruesome wars. Inuyasha is an anime series we all loved as kids, and it may be the first isekai you have watched. It's about Inuyasha and Kagome, who embark on an adventure to find shards of the Shinkon jewel throughout Japan in the Sengoku period. Along the way, they encounter all kinds of creatures, including monsters and even humans. At the end of the Inuyasha series, the main characters, Inuyasha and Kagome, finally get married and have a daughter named Moroha. If you want to see the whole story focusing on Moroha, you should try the sequel series, Yashahime, Princess Half-Demon. Moroha is known for her spirited personality and her abilities as a half-demon, characterized by her confident and bold personality. She wields a sword named Kurikaramaru and inherited the abilities from both her parents. Although Moroha's demon energy is weaker than Inuyasha, she has enough combat power to defeat a mid-level yokai. She also has supernatural powers like her mother, who can purify demons by infusing sacred and holy energy into her arrows. She earned the nickname the Crimson Night Demon when employed as a demon bounty hunter. After deciding to stay and live life in another world, Rudius is on a mission to be the best he can be so that he can be helpful to others. He's got a dark past where he was constantly humiliated or underestimated by his surroundings, which made him a little insecure and self-conscious. Rudius gets the blessing of extraordinary magic power and has the characteristics of a great adventurer. With his incredible kindness and hard work, he was able to captivate 3 women's hearts, becomes all of his wives. They were blessed with 4 children who were powerful and intelligent and had a resemblance to Rudius. Rudius Greyrat's dedication to his wife and children defines him by connecting his desires and decisions to determine his future destiny. This dedication connects with the audience, making his transformation from a loser to a responsible parent and a caring spouse a compelling and realistic journey. Thank you for watching until the end. Hopefully you are satisfied with the top anime list we made. Let's discuss the topic we discussed this time in the comments section. Maybe someone wants to add an anime that was missed on the list. See you in the following video. I'm signing out and peace.